All right. So we're actually live and recording. I'm not doing a share webcam tonight, guys, because I want to get straight to some things. I want you to be ready near the chat because I'm gonna ask a couple questions. I'm gonna move quick, so I want to make sure everybody's ready. First of all, Corey Briggs won't be on there. It's his birthday today, and we're happy about that. He's got another year. Some of you all know it's been a very interesting week for me personally, for me and my family. So I appreciate all the condolences and all of the warm wishes from everyone and prayers. And but like I tell everybody, that your business is like a child. It has to keep eating, no matter what happens in life. We have to keep moving, or we have to have somebody keep moving. And that's the beautiful part about creating one of the type of business that we're going to talk about tonight, which is a cash cow that can be ran whether you're up or down. You got to think about it this way: no matter who passes in somebody's family that owns a McDonald's, the McDonald's is still going to be open because that's a part of life. Just like people they take a couple of days for bereavement, but they still got to go to work because we still have to run in this cycle until we can live 100% off investments and become venture capitalists, which is the goal for everybody here. Well, majority of everybody here. So I'm only going to take about 5 minutes, guys, maybe 10, maybe to about 9, 10, catching you all up and getting everybody kind of level set before we bring on the cash cow generator that we're going to be looking at. So let me lay this out to you all so you understand it. Some people are saying, well, Ed, well, man, we started with the coaching aspect and the high ticket. So what we're doing is I'm doing two things. The reason I started with the high ticket and talking about, thinking about the clients that you may serve, the people you may serve, is because that is more of a fulfillment and a lifestyle that you can create from doing what it is that you love, serving the people that you want to serve, and charging the Bentley of that service. So that's where we're looking at 3, 4, 5,000, $10,000 for your services. And that's something that you can do and build and craft, but that can take time to do. And it also can be cyclical. You can be up, you can be down. But what we want to have, or what I have seen people that are most successful have, is a consistent business that can continuously give them monthly income while they have their cyclical coaching sessions or marketing sessions or webinars or retreats. Even with myself, I mean, we have the inner circle and masterminds, but those are not sold on a daily basis. Those are not your 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 bill money and things like that. Those are higher tickets. So we got to have something that's generating that income that other people are passionate about, not necessarily us. Okay, we can be passionate a little bit about it, but we need to be passionate about cash flow. Then you can be passionate about what you want to be passionate about. And I know a lot of people teach it differently, and that is true. You can go out and just make your passion or have something in the niche, but it still needs to be in something that's going to cash flow, or it just might take you a little bit longer. Now, how many of you all have done the homework, which is started the actual mission statement? I know it might have been pretty challenging. Did anybody have some challenges? Okay, Esteban, we're recording it, so I'll make sure I get it to you if you don't get to see it. So how many people had some challenges or some growth in the side of doing their mission statement at the beginning? And everybody, please stay right on the chat so we can move forward. I want people to be, we're not unmuted. I could just unmute everybody, but let me see if you all are in quiet areas. Let me see. All right, I can hear you all now. So can somebody test and say something?
Hello?
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Test.
Oh wow, we got a lot of moving around and stuff. Okay, so I got a couple people not in the quiet area. Okay, got it. All right, so anyway, with the first part, a lot of people had messaged me personally and let me know that they were basically attempting to do the mission statement, and they had some issues. Not issues. They had some challenges or some growth in a good way, not a bad thing. Just more so they were like, wow, I didn't really look at it like this. So they had some aha moments, I would say, not issues, about who they're helping and what they're helping. So that's more so from the fulfillment. So you got to a point where we left off, and we need to go into the milestones. We need to go into how we help those individuals. So what I want you to start thinking about is 6 to 8 ways. So pick up on the last part of your mission statement and think of 6 to 8 ways that you can actually help people get from where they are to where you want them to be. That's going to be your 6 to 8 modules in the course. And then we're going to do some Q&A and some reinforcement on top of that. And that's a course that you can sell for a high dollar amount. And you can always enhance that. That's the value. And you want to look at all the things that you have to do with getting them to wherever you want them to get. Put them all out there at first, and then laser it down to about 8 core things. And in those 8 milestones, you may have like 2 or 3 things that they need to do in each. For example, with this mastermind, the first thing I needed to do was provide clarity. So our first week was clarity. Inside of clarity was, what is it that you wanted to grow, gain, give in this course? What am I going to deliver in this course? How long is it? What's the event? What's the cost? All that is at the beginning, and that's why we focus on the book Essentialism, because it's cutting down to the leanest possible way to get results. And that's what you want people to be able to do in your programs. So the next couple weeks up until the actual event in Destin, we're going to do a Monday night webinar every single week. I'm going to focus more. I'm going to come back to the coaching method so that you can have the coaching method of income. You're going to learn the investing method of income. You're going to learn the cash cow, which is what we're going to talk about in about 1 minute. And we're going to combine all of these so that if you need $3,000, for example, to live, we want to have 3 to 4 places for that to come from. It can come one coaching client at $3,000, your store or some type of cash cow making 3 to 15,000 a month, and then you also having retreats and things of that nature that can bring in 3 to 5,000 a month if that's your goal. Of course, a lot of your income goals are a lot higher than that, but you get the gist. So that's any questions on just basically where we are on that. You all can message me. Please make sure you do your intros. The deadline is April 1st. I think everybody's gotten them in. I'm still doing my replies to all of them. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. Any questions from anybody? Is that clear on everything as far as milestones and adding kind of what you deliver in your coaching session? And everybody cool with me transitioning over? Looks like it. Okay. So with that being said, I want to basically bring on, I mean, all of you all know my business partner, Domingo Silvas. You may have heard his name, or some of you have met him in person, some of you haven't. But Domingo I've learned a lot from him in the last about 4.5 years, and he's been able to have you ever just kind of met somebody that just whatever business they touched, they became really good at it? I mean, like Domingo wasn't even on Facebook, didn't really know Facebook about a year ago, maybe. Now he's doing some crazy things with that and other things. So he's a guy that kind of knows business, though. He sold a company for 8 figures, another one for 7. He knows how to put people in the right places and how to create a leveraged lifestyle. I will see him having income from all these different places, but he's not always doing everything in the business. But what he did tell me is that he always does everything first, kind of like Hamburger University with McDonald's. He's flipped the fries. He's been the janitor. He's been the manager. He's done everything so that he can outsource it and build an empire. And that's one of the things that I'm working on and learning from him, and then also bringing to you. So with no further ado, I want to bring to you all a trusted friend of mine, a phenomenal business partner, and it's a great leader and a person who has something really cool he's going to teach you guys tonight and share with you all. So with no further ado, I'd like to bring Domingo on. Domingo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear. So,
hey, Edmund. Hey, thank you for having me on tonight. Appreciate it.
oh, not a problem, man. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of let you kind of say your hello to everybody, and I'm gonna, after you do that, I'll start asking you just a couple of questions that can kind of shed some light on kind of what you're up to.
Okay, I had you break up a little bit there. Can you say that again one more time? I don't know if it's on my end or your end.
it might be on mine. I got some slow internet over here, man. So I'm just saying, can you go ahead and kind of say hello to the people, and I will ask you a couple of questions after you kind of start off with your welcome.
Yeah, a pleasure actually. It's guys, I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. Edmund and I go back about 4 years, probably more. It seems like forever though. You ever met somebody in your life and you just automatically click, and we've had our trials and tribulations as different ventures. But what's interesting is, when you find someone that can stand next to you and take the hits that you take and keep moving forward, it's always nice to have that kind of person standing next to you. And that's what Edmund has pretty much been for me. So it's been fun. We've traveled the world together, and we have two different ways. We're special in each our own way, I guess you can say. What's interesting about Edmund is I learned a lot about people through him. I learned a lot about legacy and understanding your own net worth, rather where I focus a lot in network and how to build businesses, and he has done the same. And so you put the two together, you get a powerful force. So it's always been fun working with Edmund for the last 4 years and moving forward. And we have a partnership with the Inner Circle. We work together in the conference that's coming up later on this year. I'm pretty sure he'll mention about that. But basically, guys, my focus has always been about building businesses with an asset to back it. It's one thing about people saying cash flow is king, and many of you have heard that cash flow is king, right? And you look at today and think, well, I wouldn't mind a little cash flow because it'll help pay for my bill, right? But I look at business a little bit different. I structure it so where you don't just have to focus on cash flow and being king, but also building an asset behind it so that you're king of a kingdom or you're queen of a kingdom. So it's actually helping strengthen your foundation, which I think is essential for any successful entrepreneur. So there's a lot of opportunities on the internet where you can go out and make a quick buck, but many of you guys know that a quick buck may save you today, but it won't pay for tomorrow. So it is it's essential that when you look at business opportunities, you build something that has an asset behind it, and that it's something that you can grow and leverage over time by building a team to support you and eventually selling it for 7, 8, 9 figures. It's really, really up to you at that point what you want to do with it. So that's where I've been kind of focused on, I guess, as an entrepreneur my entire life, and it's been a fun ride.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you for the warm words. I definitely appreciate that, and I'm going to kind of dive right in. So with all the different successes you've had in various areas, now you told me that 2016 is the year of e-commerce and the year of Shopify, and you didn't wake up a Shopify dude or an e-commerce dude. Like, why the transition, and why is that something that's kind of hot right
now? Well, I'm going to share my screen a little bit here. I guess the big thing really about e-commerce that really attracted me is the fact that, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm just testing the screen. First of all, everybody, can you all see his screen? I can see it. You heard it too? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, they can see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, perfect. The big thing about e-commerce is that when I was introduced to it last year, it wasn't really until early in part of the year that you guys might have heard this Amazon thing going on, where people like, hey, buy $15,000 worth of product, put it on Amazon, and just sell it. And it's one of those things that you say, okay, let me give this a try. But when I started realizing that you guys might have saw some articles come out just in the last 6 months about how Macy's is shutting down 25% of the stores, and Walmart's are shutting down stores, and big brands like JCPenney is shutting down physical stores, and they're all moving to an online platform. Well, the reason why is because there's just been an increase of shopping going online. individuals are actually buying things from the comfort of their own home, which is why Amazon has become such a powerful force.
Uh-oh, I lost Domingo. Do you all hear him still? I'm not able to hear him. Are you all able to hear me? I guess is a better question.
Allow you to communicate with your people who bought your products. It was against their terms and conditions, which made no sense to me. So I realized quickly that e-commerce is definitely a platform for the future, but I needed to change. I needed to change the way, the foundational aspect of it, and how it was actually being managed, and that's where Shopify came along. Shopify allowed me to take control of my own asset, be able to have control over my customers, have control of the traffic that was being sent to them, and be able to gain a interesting way of actually building a niche or building a brand. And that to me was very exciting. But it's a completely different model from using Amazon. And so that's where I started seeing Shopify really come together. But I'll share with you that it wasn't until Shopify really wasn't introduced to me until about October of last year when I was at a conference. And then shortly after that, I said, okay, it's time to figure this animal out. And I spent thousands and thousands of dollars and joined multiple masterminds and joined multiple items to try to figure this whole thing out. And what I realized is a lot of people were not teaching the blueprint to success when it came to this. They were teaching the cash flow method, which, hey, make some money now, but they weren't teaching they weren't teaching you and leading you in the way to build your own kingdom, build that asset and to build that brand behind it. And I thought, all the trainings out there were all focused on cash flow. And of course, with my experience, I really wanted to approach it in a different way. And this is where I came up and started really pushing with Shopify. Are you there, Edmund?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know. Is he going out to everyone else, or is everybody hearing him, or is it just me? Oh, they can hear. They can hear you. Okay, you're good.
Okay. Would you like me to continue?
Yep.
Perfect. So here's what I did. I started putting together a blueprint. I started seeing the different ways that other people were doing, and I started seeing how people were missing. They weren't willing to share all their secrets, but they were willing to take your money to learn from it. And that, to me, was very troublesome. So I had to go and join 4 to 5 different masterminds to start piecing things together, and then I started applying it to my own store. And so basically what you're doing is you're taking all of the ways of traffic from Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter and Instagram and driving it to your store. And by doing this, you're actually you're in control of the traffic. You're in control of which customers you want, which allows you to build a niche, to build what you're actually looking to, and build a brand. So you put it on a platform called Shopify. You throw the traffic in that direction towards specific products or niches, and you start building a list. And everyone knows, the power's in the list. Well, this list actually belongs to you, and it's part of the asset. So if you look on the screen, you see that you have the store, you have the product. It's actually, can be viewed on any platform. So from the computer down to the tablet down to your phone. And it's an easy way for you to actually to manage your actual store. Now, you put everything together, you start drawing the traffic, you start pushing it, you start communicating with your customers, you start working on your fulfillment, and you actually build a very powerful machine. And this machine is an asset of yours that you get to own. And one of the things that we're going to be implementing, that I want to implement strongly, is a way and an option for you for individuals to actually see this entire process, to be able to sell their assets. So over the last couple of years, Edmund and I know someone who actually went out and built an asset in 1 year, and a group came along and actually bought his business from him, and he was able to walk away after 1 year's worth of work with over $2 million cash, and that's including with all the profit that he made throughout that year. Well, there's organizations or there's individuals out there that are looking for that kind of, looking for those kind of businesses, ones that establish a customer base, one that has a strong buying power with analytics and a model that works no matter what the product was. And so that is, to me, was very, very exciting, actually. So what we came up with was basically a blueprint that allowed individuals to follow the process that works. You know, how many times we've seen, you know, for example, Dorothy, you know, say, hey, you want to get to the Green Castle or whatever whatever is on the end of that yellow brick road, but you have to follow the path, right? So how many times have you actually been given a path and then it just doesn't seem like it's complete? Well, that was my focus. My focus was to build that path. My focus was then to implement it into my own practices so that I can see it work, and then created a study group that followed that same blueprint and started having the same level of success. The only difference between someone going out and creating a $200,000 Shopify store or building a $10,000, it's really mindset. It's really the willingness to actually put it all in, right? And that's one thing I know that with you guys working with Edmund, it's not going to be an issue because he's all in, always all in. So you guys have a fantastic leader in that point. But you know, you go out and you build this completely up from the ground. This entire course actually lays everything out for you. So it gives you how to create things, how to set up things, how to properly structure your store, your address, your customer service, your theme, your look, your feel. It starts getting you step by step what exactly you need to do. And what's fascinating about it is the blueprint. It's an actual blueprint. It's something that allows you to click and watch videos that are anywhere between 5 minutes to 15 minutes long, directly to the point to what you need to get done. I always found it very frustrating when I followed someone's blueprint, but it belonged in it was part of a 2-hour webinar. So you have to watch the thing for 2 hours to hopefully find the 2 minutes that you were missing. So this will be broken down to where it actually can be followed step by step. And if you find yourself, well, I don't remember how to install this app, you can quickly come back here and look for the app, look for the installation, watch the 3.2-minute video, and be able to get right back into it. Because we know we're all human. We always forget things, little pieces. We don't get 100% of what we want to get. We always get 80%. But everything is laid out here, and it's an ongoing changing curriculum. So as we find a new process and a new way to actually build this blueprint and make it stronger and better, it'll actually be updated in the back office, and it'll be actually a way for you to just follow step by step by step. And so it's actually pretty exciting. I wanted to share this. So I want to share the in one actual store with you guys, but I want you to focus on one thing, is that all we did was lay out the blueprint, follow the blueprint, and you'll see the level of success that we had with just one store. So I will share this with you here. But where I want you to turn your focus to is in the top right corner here. You'll see from December 29th to March 27th, this actually says $166,000 in sales actually has been produced. So the blueprint is what created this. It created a store in less than 90 days, or in roughly 90 days, created $166,000 in revenue. And that's the power behind following a blueprint. So I want to share that with you guys because it is something that I strongly believe in, because e-commerce is not going away. You know, they're expecting it to double and triple as people find other ways to shop online. So as you can see, Apple just came out with a new phone, a faster phone. Technology is allowing this to happen. And so getting ahead of the marketplace is where you want to be. Now, a lot of people say, well, is it saturated? You know, is it too late to get in the game? And I say no, because an example of that was the store I just shared with you that did 165,000. You know, it was the store was created after the holiday, so there's no holiday rush numbers in there. We didn't start until January 2nd, so everybody was kind of done spending their money. And the very first month was only 25,000 in revenue, and ever since then, the rest has been created. So averaging 75,000 to 100,000 in revenue for the month. So it is is it very profitable? Yes, it is. It can range anywhere between 20 to 40%, depending on really how you manage your ads. Everything else is kind of fixed. But is it difficult to get started? No, it's not, because the blueprint is laid in front of you. It's literally step by step on what needs to happen. And the reason why, you'll actually see, the reason why the step was created this way is because it's the only way to know that you didn't skip a step, that you didn't, you don't jump ahead, because we all want to get to the end of the book, right? We all want to get to the 165,000 in revenue, but it's the steps to get there. It's the baby steps. Our first week, we didn't do about $500 in sales. The very next week, we probably did 800. You know, so it grows up slowly, but it's as long as you follow the program and as long as you follow the training, it can be done. And it's very fascinating. So I mean, it is a very positive way to build a business. And the beautiful thing about this as well is that you don't have to just stick with one store. Once you create follow the blueprint, and you see another niche that you're interested in, everything that's shared with you is duplicatable. So in other words, you begin one in let's just say it's in sports. So you do one in golf, and you do different kind of sports related themes, and then you like, for example, you like horses, for example. So the next one can be a horse store. Well, you just follow the same blueprint, follow the same applications, follow the same methods in Shopify, follow the same ways to market on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram, and everything else. Follow the same way of fulfilling it. Follow the same way to actually provide customer service. And what you have is you just have now 2 stores going at one time, following the same blueprint, which is actually fascinating. And just so you know, what we've done is we actually, since the first one has launched very successfully, we've profitable moving forward, that are there along the way to guide everybody as a team. And as there's an issue with Facebook that affects everyone,
Muted.
model. The blueprint is created for success as long as you stay on the yellow brick road. Some other questions that other people have asked is that, do I have to do this on my own? And truthfully, the answer is no. You may be a very busy individual. You may be very busy in your business, in your other business, but this is something that you're very interested in doing. There's a lot of potential for individuals to JV together. You can outsource a lot of your team to build it out as well, and have this as a fallback position from what you're currently doing now. And that's what I find so fascinating, again, with this. So as you can see, I'm using the word fascinating quite a bit, because I just find it very fascinating. But and that's pretty much what the e-commerce blueprint that we've created actually provides you, which to me is very, very exciting. Edmund, you there?
Yeah, I had to get on the phone. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, good. So I wanted to ask you a couple more specific questions. So first of all, this is great stuff, and I'm glad you took the time to share this. And everybody, we're going to make it all full circle, but this is basically the cash cow part. So Domingo, let's talk business-wise. Let's talk about lifestyle. Why do a lot of people that are uber successful have a cash cow like this that they may be quasi-passionate about, but more passionate about the cash flow, and then have another business such as coaching, training, masterminds, etc.? Why do people combine the two, and why do you do that?
Be managed by other companies and allow you to build an asset that can support your lifestyle, not only your lifestyle, but your family's lifestyle and your children's lifestyle. And it's something that you can continue growing and hand down to your children. I think that's the value I find in something like this. As far as, when you're coaching, you're limited to what you can provide as a coach. And there's obviously, you can build a very strong business that way. But doing the Shopify or doing the e-commerce is just another way to supplement your lifestyle, and that's the way I see it, at least.
Okay. So share with them a little bit about our trip to Ottawa and just kind of the vision and who we were connected with there at Shopify and kind of the connections that we have with Shopify, Facebook, etc. Kind of talk about Ottawa a little bit.
Yeah, Ottawa was a very important part for me. Because I don't go into anything very lightly. Edmund and I have worked hard together, and we've been great friends, and we run in the same circles. So reputation is everything. So you don't just open up the doors to something without truly understanding basically how the engine's working. And so our trip to Ottawa allowed us to kind of see the foundational work, to see what Shopify was all about. Meeting with the executives there at Shopify, and working with the head affiliate manager for Shopify, who actually created the affiliate program for Shopify. He allowed us to come in and do a private tour, which many of you probably watched the video on Edmund's Facebook page. And you got to see that, we got to see every element of the culture that's created at Shopify and how the company cares for their employees. And when they care for their employees the way they do in that video that you'll see Edmund that he did, when you see that level of caring, you can imagine what they care about with their customers. And we saw that when we were there in person. And so sitting there for those 2 days and doing the meetings and getting the private one-on-one tours and building a long-term relationship, and then at the end coming out, giving us some special treatment because we're bringing to them exactly what they're looking for. People who are going to follow the blueprint, build a very powerful niche website on the Shopify platform is exactly what they're looking for. And it was great. It was a great trip.
Yeah, guys, I want to add on to that. They are pretty much watching every store that is referred to by us. So imagine if Amazon or Shopify really it knew what your store was doing. You knew where, and they also get a discount, right? Domingo, didn't they give us some other perks for people?
Yeah, if they were for every student that actually enrolls with us, they get, instead of only a 2-week trial for free, they get 3 weeks. So they get an additional 7 days in starting their store, and then they also get a 10% discount for on their monthly costs for life. So right there, that's a big savings. If you get the larger package, it's a savings of roughly what would that be? About $250 a year. So that's big.
Yep. So what's the name of the course? And kind of, you shared the back end, kind of what it is in there, but can you kind of just give like what the course is to you and what it means, and then and how people can create JVs and things like that. How can they leverage this course?
Yeah. So here's the course. It was created. It's for anyone who does it. You'll see as you go down to the class curriculum, setting up the basics, getting your store ready, open it up further, getting started with Facebook advertising, optimization and scaling, and so much more. There's hours of videos on here, probably I would say over about 7 hours of video that have been recorded to be able to provide. And so it's a step-by-step, and so you're able to share this with your team so that your team can go and follow it for you, and as you JV with others. And I mentioned this part earlier. Sometimes you're just in your job. Sometimes you're not ready to make that split. Well, working with others, individuals that may have the time but don't have potentially the finances or access to a course, you're able to come together, partner 50-50, 70-30, 80-20. It's really up to you on how you work it out, and build a store together and get that foundational process working and follow the blueprint to get to where you want to be within this course. And that's the power with this e-commerce mastery.
All right. And then I do want to, if you guys have questions, you can definitely, put them in the chat box. I do want to unveil the coolness of what we have is basically how much the cost is. So can you tell people the normal cost and then what you decided to do and why?
Yeah, because been a big part in this too with me, and we hung out and we know each other for 4 years, and he told me about this really cool group that he has going on, which I think is fantastic, and you guys are awesome and lucky to be in it. So I put this together, and the normal cost of this course is roughly just under $2,000. But I know that there's a lot of you that want to get started and want to be able to, really get started and get things going. So Edmund and I came up with a special price for this group, and this group only. So I ask that you don't share with anyone else, because it is a special price just for you guys. And the price basically comes out to $300 every quarter for 4 quarters. So basically it's $300 every 3 months. 4 times. So you're getting a savings of $800, but at the same time you're getting it to you're able to spread the price out for a year. And so basically you can get started with the whole thing with $300.
So, and then on top of that, can you tell them a little bit about the affiliate side? And is that, in the chat box, does that sound cool to you guys? Is this something that you all will leverage? Everybody doesn't have to do this in 3G. I want to let you know that. This is something I'm doing, and a lot of people that I know are doing it to create cash flow. If you want to stay focused, we still will help you cash flow in whatever business model that you want to do. I'm just telling you some things that can be easily, like, dependable income once rolling. So I'm kind of shocked. Maybe my screen is frozen. I'm not getting anything in the chat box tonight. That's really weird. I must have it disabled or something. But yeah, so I want to let people know that they can actually, have an affiliate program. So you can explain to them what that is, and then I'm gonna see what's going on with the chat box while you do that.
Yeah, so basically, any student that comes into this has a chance to, when you start building your store out and start getting things going, you actually become part of our affiliate program, which allows you to get a 25% referral for anyone that you refer into the course. So that roughly means a nice $500 commission for everyone that comes in that you refer over to. So that's a really powerful part. And so all it takes is for you guys to notify Edmund that you want to be an affiliate for this, and we get that started for you.
All right, all right. Okay, so with that being said, any questions, anybody? I want to know anybody that, well, yeah, people are listening, but I'm asking questions. So I want to get some answers from anybody that can hear the questions that I'm asking. So the questions are this: does anybody know that they will want to use this method or this system so we can make sure you get the link and get started? Or if you have questions, let's get them answered. There we go. All right, there's a question. Tracy asked, how long is the course? So Domingo, can you answer that? And anybody else have any questions, please ask them, because Domingo's time is really limited to get them like this, so I wanted to take advantage of it while we have them.
Well, Tracy, that's a great question. So the course, how it works is when you pay one time, and then it's basically lifetime. So you have access to the course and all the trainings and the weekly webinars from here on. But another question that somebody asked is that how long does it take to actually get started? If you follow the videos and you follow the program, you can have your store launched. I've had people launch it as quick as in 3 days, and I've had people launch it in 2 weeks. So it's really up to you. But everything you need to do to launch the store is literally found in the back office.
Okay. Can you see all the other questions, Domingo?
Yes. Basically, I think I saw one. If you, let me see here.
You got, I'll ask you the question so you don't have to read them. I'll stand to you.
Okay, perfect.
So they said if they already have a Shopify store, is it a way to transfer it to this affiliate program?
If you already have a Shopify store, I would say that this will actually just enhance what you currently have. So you'll be able to take the training and apply it to what you currently are doing, and just make it better, because there's probably holes in the training that you may have access to. But within our group, we have a lot of masters in there, and you'll be able to and really take advantage of the training.
Yeah, and then also you can still be an affiliate as far as referring the Shopify course, even if you're not, you can be an affiliate even if you're not using this store, if you already have an old store. And then if you launch a new store, you can launch it under this link so that you get the 10% discount, et cetera. So most people launch more than one store. Tracy asked, how will we know what's selling? I guess, how would she know what's a niche, what she could actually sell?
Well, I mean, here's the crazy thing. Anything sells as long as you put it in front of the right customer. So we work with you to help you find that right customer. So if you, for example, really like cats, we help you find the cat lovers that are on the internet so that you can market it, and we kind of teach you basically on how to present it as well. Because a lot of people, they think it's just a photo and a few words and you put it on Facebook and it'll sell. No, there's certain ways that you word it. There's certain ways that certain things that should be in the photo, and there's a certain process to go for the buyer to go and purchase the product. So that's all in the course as well. So I would say it's a process and how to find the customers, because anything sells. You guys have seen in your Facebook feed some of the craziest things, and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I seeing this? Well, it's because someone else is buying it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, can you tell them about the free plus shipping model and what that is?
Yeah, there's 3 different kind of models out there. I normally start people with free plus shipping, and that's with you finding a product that costs you less than $1 to $2, and you're putting it out there for free plus shipping, normally charging $7 to $10 for shipping. That's a great model because it helps you get started, helps you get traction, helps you get people to your fan page, help people that recognize your brand, and it's a simple process. It really is, but it helps you understand Facebook a little bit better. So that part is, I think, essential for you to really get something moving from from as far as regarding the Shopify side and the free plus shipping. The other model is actually having them pay for the product but giving them free shipping. So instead of it free, you're going to charge them $15 but give them free shipping for every product they order. And then the third way is just integrating both of them and then allowing one or two of the products to be upsells, which will actually increase your per cart ticket and your more profitability in your pocket. So it's all taught within the course.
Okay. And also, she said if they're JVing with somebody in the 3G Mastermind, would they have to buy more than one course?
No. I guess if you're JVing, you buy it one time, and then what I would recommend is that you when you purchase it and you enroll in it, just open it with an email address that both of you guys have access to, and then you'll both have the login to go in and see the course.
So, I want you guys to hear what he just said. Most people, when they launch stuff like this or do stuff like this, they will tell you no. They don't want you to partner with people and have, double access. Let me tell you something, guys. We don't care. I'll just be honest with you. We just want you all to make money. We want everybody to become rich, become wealthy, join the inner circle, join our other ventures. Like, this is just we created this. Well, I would say Domingo created this. I helped with a little bit of it, but he created this to help people like it. Domingo, tell them about Michael Shee. Tell them a little bit about his story, about your sister, about your who's it, your brother-in-law, I think, or your dad, your mom. I mean, tell them some of the stories of some of the people you've been able to help with this and where they came from when they got started.
Well, Michael Shee was definitely an amazing story because for 3 years he has he's actually failed in affiliate marketing and CPA, and it wasn't until November of last year when he came to our Monetization Mastery conference and sat there for 3 days and just was at all with everything that was going on and all the materials. And it was on the last day he came to my room, and we were outside, and he's like, Domingo, I really want to do something, but the last 3 years hasn't been really strong for me. Well, I looked at him and said, look, let's do this together. I'll build the blueprint out, you follow it, and you just, let's just stick to what I say. If I say make a left, you make a left. I say make a right, you make a right. And then after you get it going and after you learn to master it, then go off and, make it better for yourself and others. So he started following the blueprint. The very first month he did $25,000 in revenue. And the very next month he did $80,000. So he did over $100,000 in revenue in 60 days because he didn't look back. He just literally followed a step-by-step blueprint, and this is it. And what's great about it is Michael Shee is the head coach in this program. So the guy who actually went out and created a six-figure a month revenue-producing Shopify store is actually one of the head coaches in this whole program. And so why not learn from somebody who's actually doing it? And then we have other stories as well, other individuals that did $30,000 their first month and other individuals that are doing constant $15,000 to $20,000 a month. And it's just because they follow the program. And it works. And that's what's exciting about the entire thing.
Okay. All right, so looking forward to this. All right, so I can actually, Domingo, if you create the link, I'll just actually send this to whoever. Like I said, guys, so first of all, Domingo, thank you for hopping on tonight. Thank you. If anybody has any other questions, Tracy said when it will be available. It's available now. I'll just have to get you guys the link, and I'll post it in the group, or I'll send it to those that are interested, because I don't want people to feel like they have to do this in the 3G. So I'll probably just, anybody that's interested, just message me, and I'll send it over to you, and you can get the link, and then we'd have to get you, it's not on the site. If you go to the site, it's $2,000. So you'd have to go through this link, and I'd have to find out what email you use and then get you all set up. But anyway, Domingo, any other things you want to share? I'm going to kind of close it out. I got some things I want to share with them, but I want to, not hold you on if you got to go or anything.
The only thing I want to share is that, listen, guys, outside of e-commerce, what Edmund is sharing with you and the knowledge he's going to share with you guys and and get you started on his blueprint for success is something that's extremely powerful, and don't take it lightly. The man is giving you 100% knowledge and heart and love into everything he's sharing with you. And I've grown a lot in the last 4 years since I've known him. And I would imagine it's vice versa. But the knowledge that he shares has people who are doing 7 and 8 figures in awe, because they just didn't realize what he knows already, and he's teaching masters who are masters of masters. So you guys are really blessed to be in this course, and I'm really blessed to have him as a friend, family member. He's, as my mother says, he's her son, just with a darker tan. But it's been an honor to share this night with you guys, and I think it's powerful what you guys are doing, and really listen and follow his blueprint, follow his yellow brick road down to your building out your legacy. So Edmund, thanks for having me on. Really, I appreciate it, man. Really do.
Well, thank you. Now, when you hop off, since you're a presenter, that won't shut everything off, will it? I think it'll be, you're getting some thanks from everybody. Tyrone says thanks. I think Tracy said thanks. That won't shut everybody off, will it? In the recording, I'll still be able to get that?
Yeah, it won't. You know what? I'll just, I'm going to step away, but I'll leave it on until you shut it off, and then I'll turn down the volume. But it's all yours. And what I'll do is I'll stop sharing the screen, and
okay.
I appreciate it.
It'll only be another about 7 minutes.
No, that's fine. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you. Everybody's saying thanks. Okay, all right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. You can definitely comment in the chats. That was good stuff. I want to be very clear. Everybody's listening to this replay. I will not be sharing a bunch of stuff. I don't like when people join masterminds and groups, and then they get hit with a bunch of what we call upsells and all that other stuff. That's not what this is, okay? This is what I'm doing. This is what I've seen a lot of people do right now. This is what a lot of people are taking advantage of. But there's several people that have different, interests, and there's different business models. And so I can help you with pretty much any of them. It's just the cost to get up what my goal is to do is eliminate as much time and money as possible that you have to use to get to where you want to get to, basically doing the essential list. So if you're doing a coaching program, for example, and you've never coached anybody, you've never charged $2,000 or $3,000 before, you've never created a full course, there's going to be some time that it's going to take to build that out, which we can do. We can create that blueprint. We can create I know exactly how we can create a 6 to 8 module course. We can create the heaven and hell. We can create the whole price point, the website. It's going to take some capital. If you still have a job, that's actually a good thing, because we can use that capital to build that. If you're using a business now, we can use that to create your formula. It just will take longer to get to $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, but we just need to do the math. You may need to just charge $5,000 for 10 people, et cetera. We can do the math to make it work. So I want you all to know that it's not necessarily if you put up $100 now to get started, even if you plan on outsourcing, even if you plan on being an investor in somebody else's stores, you definitely want to have access and get the course. Now, we're on the hook to get 200 courses sold, or 200, not you all, but Domingo and myself, 200 new people to use Shopify. That's what they want from us. Then that opens up more doors. We didn't get to meet the CEO and all you didn't let me in on this, you know. Even if it takes months, my goal is to make everybody in the 3G Mastermind wealthy, not just rich, but wealthy. And it's not going to be, it's a one-year program, but everybody who knows me knows I don't really do anything for 1 year. I mean, if I help you, I'm going to help you for life, and that's my goal. And I already decided that I am going to alter the 3G. It probably won't be like this ever again, based on some things I've noticed. But hey, I felt, you know, God told me to create it, so I created it. And there's some things I'm going to do differently, and it will be definitely shorter, probably 6 to 8 weeks. And it probably won't be anything live, you know, anymore. It may be a different, just a retreat by itself. So you guys are getting, you know, the full Monty, and I want you all to have the actual cash cow that I'm using available to you all. But again, I want to stress that you do not have to do this. You do not have to buy it. You do not need this to be a part of 3G Mastermind. There are just several people in here that are already using Shopify, so why not make it happen? I won't be bringing anything else. I got guys that are killing in Amazon and other things. I've done the research. Shopify is just the easiest way to make it happen. I won't be bringing any. The only other thing I will be making available and strongly recommending to everyone is a company called MyEcon, which is basically a personal financial success company that will help everybody with their knowledge base of what to do with the money. If you're not already a member, most people are, but that would be the only other thing that I would recommend. Other than that, it's what you have going on and helping you all with that. Is that our deadline for 200? Well, we're supposed to go back up there in 45 days, and we'd like to have it by then, and just kind of blow it out the water. But you know, and that's from not just me, but that's from you all, it's from your affiliate sales. If you sell this thing, it's $800. I mean, that's $2,000, you know, that you can sell to people that are, but the best way to sell something is to have it, right, and to use it and to understand it and to use it. And that's a good little side project. I mean, if you sell, you know, let's say 5 of those a month, you're looking at what, another $4,000, something like that. You know, or even one is it's $800 a month. That's a car note for most people. Well, not everybody, but most people, it's a car note. You can sign up as an affiliate. Yes, you all will be affiliates. You just have to go, when you go on the site, I'm going to give you a site, Erica, and then you just log in and sign in. There's no way to sign up for affiliate on the site right now. And then I just need your email. You don't have to purchase the course to become an affiliate. You just have to let me know. And it's all manual, and I will tell Domingo to, you know, approve you as an affiliate, and then you can go ahead and start sharing it with other people. And that's how a lot of people make money. They sell other people products, and they don't do any of the product creation. They don't do any of the fulfillment. They just tell somebody about it, and they make, you know, $800. So, and we sell for $2K and make $800. Yeah, yep. You just have the site. When I send you the site, it'll be coded to you, and the site will have the price and, you know, payment plans. I think he's going to do another payment option, maybe like 2 payments of $1,000 or something like that. But either way, you still make 40% regardless of how it's sold. So, any other questions? It's good stuff. Everybody get some good value today, and then next week we're going to do the same thing, same time. And we're not going to focus on e-commerce next week. We're going to focus on finishing out the milestones, getting into how we make our high-ticket offer, getting a little more detail in that. But let me tell you guys, one thing that we are going to focus on, and we're going to bring up probably after the mastermind, is Facebook. Facebook traffic is going to be key for whatever you do. So we're going to be talking about how to use Facebook to gain customers and clients via advertising. And that's for coaches, that's for speakers, that's for leadership development, that's for MLM, affiliate, Shopify. It doesn't matter. We gotta have people, you know, looking in the windows before they buy. So that's the key. Also, guys, essentialism. Let's start putting together those questions. Remember, you were supposed to go through different chapters and pull out, you know, 1 or 2 to 3 questions that you would ask somebody if you were to teach them essentialism chapter by chapter. What would you pull out as a pop quiz question or exercise for people to do? That's how that we're listening to now. We're not just going to listen to them and say, oh, that's cool. we're going to study them and actually apply them. So the next book will be coming up for April. I'll be mentioning that on the next call. So if you haven't finished Essentialism, you should try to finish it or attempt to finish it this week and write out some coursework. And if you don't get every chapter, that's fine. That's what the leverage of the mastermind is, because the mastermind is going to pretty much collectively create a study course for each book. Okay, and this is going to be key because we can use these for lead gen. So basically, anybody who has read Essentialism and has it in their Facebook profile, you can say, hey, read Essentialism. Here's a good, coursework on how to really study Essentialism. You can do this for any book, and you can target anybody. This is gold right here, guys. I'm giving you like you can YouTube do this. You can create this study group, study courses. So many people. I'll tell you this, and then we're gonna go. I was at Greg Davis's first event. I don't know if anybody on here was at that event. He asked how many people read Think and Grow Rich. It was Greg Davis's mentor. Like 99% of the room. I think one person hadn't read it out of like 200 people. And he said, okay, how many of you all know the book? How many of you all know the principles and apply the principles on a daily basis? People, raise their hand. He said, okay, I'm going to call your bluff. I'm going to give $1,000 to anybody that can come up here and quote off all 13 chapters, the titles of them. And he pulled $1,000 out cash. Nobody could do it because they've read it, but they didn't. I mean, they remember, oh, yeah, I read that, but what was chapter 3 about? I don't know. Think and Grow Rich, one of the biggest things is Mastermind. That's like the biggest thing in there. I will say that I've taken that from that book. And we will get to Think and Grow Rich, and we will study that book as well. So Essentialism, we want to pull out every chapter. What's the title of that chapter? What was the point of it? And then what are key takeaways? And let's study those things and bring them out. Also, I'm going to prepare all of you. A lot of people hit me up about the event. Let's make sure we all have our travel plans because I have some cool things in the works. I am about to launch a T-shirt. I was playing around with it today, but I want to make some adjustments to the logo a little bit just for the shirt. The shirt is going to be a little overpriced. Let me tell you why. I'm going to use pretty much pretty much all of it to do something really cool for the event. That if I pay for it by myself, it'd be kind of costly, but if it gets spread around a little bit, it'd be cool. But I just didn't want to charge you all anything extra. So I figured, I'll make a shirt, and, shirt will be probably like $32, $33, which I know is a little bit much for a premium tee, but it goes towards something that's really cool. And you have to have your shirt on to go, and that's optional. You don't have to buy your shirt if you don't want to, but if you do get a shirt, then it's going to go towards, it's going to give you access to the cool thing I'm going to do. And I think you all know by now I don't do any cool things that's not really like super cool, and you would be sad that you didn't go. So just want to keep everything above board and let everybody know. And any questions for me? No dry fit. They don't need to sell dry fits anymore. I think Maury ruined the dry fit image. That's an inside joke, but you guys will meet Maury one day. Speaking of, we are going to have a tax event coming up in June 11th in Dallas, where you're all going to get access to my tax planner, my tax advisor, and for free, and be able to tour his office. So that's something that's going to be pretty cool. And I think we're going to charge for that event, but you all get it for free. 3G, perk. That date is pretty much set. June 11th, June 10th will be 101s that Friday. You can go into the office, meet the staff, and then June 11th, we're going to have that. It should be fully finalized this week. I talked to Maury today, but it should be fully finalized this week. So I'll let you know when you can buy flights if you all are looking. Any other questions? It's going to be Dallas, Texas. Pretty much Addison. Let me see what Shanna say. Is this his move to Texas presentation? Who? Not me. I'm not moving to Texas. Not again. Oh, Maury. Maury's already in Texas. Oh, you saying we're telling people to move to Texas in order to save on corporate taxes? No, he's not doing that. This is more one-on-one individual stuff. Yeah, he does sell Texas. Florida too, but you're in LA, so you just get it. I mean, you get tax upon tax upon tax. Even if you make a lot of money in LA, when you exit, you got to pay an exit tax. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like, you got to pay to move. That's just wild. But you can't, like, I have my company right now is a Texas, I have a Delaware company. The Inner Circle is a Texas company. My Premier Web Solutions is a Delaware company. And then I'm launching a new company in Florida. Um, so that is June 10th to 11th, but you do not have to be there on that Friday. Saturday is the major day. We made it work efficient. But we're going to have a lot of Inner Circle guys. You're going to be able to meet some of the Inner Circle members too, because they're going to be coming and they're going to be getting like a lot of the one-on-ones that Friday as a bonus of being an Inner Circle, and you all will be able to also kind of get and chime in. So this is really good because we're going to be talking about Lean Canvas and creating your structure so that you all become true wealthy business owners. And structure, lack of planning, lack of taxes are number 1, 2, 3 killers of wealth. Like, everybody thinks it's just making money. That's basically, you're just a salesman or a hustler at that point. I used to be a big salesman and hustler, really, really good at both. But those are very stressful. They're not something you can build a legacy on. You do need sales and you do need hustle, but you need a business in order to create financial freedom. So that creates time freedom and time leverage, right? People that tell you got to stay up 17, 18 hours and all of that foolishness, that's because they're not effective. When you think about Jim Rohn, if you guys haven't listened to Jim Rohn, that's a great person to listen to just on your spare time. The knowledge that you all have, and I'm excited because I'm not even going to do all of the coaching. I know that you all have a lot of value to share with each other, and I am going to, I'm a mediator, and I'm going to do the final coach on everything, but everybody will be prepared for the hot seat, okay? Everybody's kind of been hitting me up on that too. Don't sweat that. You guys will be fully fine. I'm going to make sure you're prepared. If you go through, I am going to call you out on your mission statement and your milestones. I am going to do that, but you have time to prepare for that, okay? So my goal is to catch you off guard. My goal is to fully prep you and prepare you, and we dive in more so in solutions and ideas and brainstorming and think tanking, not, did you do your homework and all that, because that's childish. We're grown, we got assignments, let's do them. Let's get them done. Let's not procrastinate. Let's not wait till Ed asks you, did you do it? You know you need to do it. Let's do it. Like you've been doing with the intros. Everybody's been posting their intros. Everybody's been doing what they need to do. This group has great energy. I'm really excited. It's a total different energy from some other groups because everybody's on top of their stuff. And I know the mission statement can be a little challenged. So reach out to me if you're challenged with that. It took me 6 to 8 weeks to create my own, and I was supposed to get it done in a week. And I was working on it. I just was really stuck. I didn't have the clarity, but that clarity is the power. Once you get that, then everything else becomes easy. So, sugar you. All right. So, no, Tyrone he's a hustler, but he has everything he takes to be a businessman. He's also a businessman, but he does have the hustle, though. He reminds me of, I used to hustle too, man. We've hustled similar things, but since we're on the recording, I'm going to just leave that at that. So, Sugar Hill indeed. So, with that being said, everybody, I want to say I'm going to unmute you all. Does anybody have any questions? Everything cool? Did you guys get some good value? Okay. Everybody's probably on mute so that they don't get loud. Okay, cool, for sure. Once again, hit me up on Facebook, inbox me or text me or anything if you want the link to the Shopify thingy, Mitch Miggy. And I'm going to, okay, good. She's Lord, was that a Lord with a T? Oh no, I thought she said Lord. I'm about to say Tyler Perry has messed up everybody. Can't wait to get the blueprint. Oh, Esteban, we got to talk to you about the language, that word can't. We don't use that too much. But I know what you mean. I'm just joking with you. We just don't use it in a disabling way. But that wasn't disabling. You're just excited. I know. Oh, you're more than welcome. More than welcome. More than welcome. All right. Well, you all have a good evening. I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna post this in the group. And once again, we got the same thing coming next week. And we'll be focusing more on part 2 of what we started last week. So kind of catch up on the mission statements. If you have questions, just message me. I will definitely help you through those. And we got some good stuff coming, man. And I'm looking forward to all of you guys creating your products and creating stores and helping out however I can. All righty. Good evening, and God bless you. Good night.